Now you must take more up, yes, Percy. They didn't look at when you just accidentally pushed me. Well, he was sorry, Jane. They didn't look he was going, and they just happened to get something when you just bumped into the trucks. Oh, a scarf. Where did that come from? It came from the accident. The train Percy could see that there was some passengers' luggage. It had just flew above them. It didn't hit the train, just a brother. Boxes and bags burst into all directions. Sticky streams of red, yellow jam trickled down his face. A top hat hung on his lamp iron. Clothes, hats, boots, shoes, skirts and blouses stuck to his front. A pair of straight trousers coiled lovingly round his funnel. They were grey no longer. The fat controller came along in the train, still looking angry, Levin, still looking upset, looked at her broken trunk, but she was glad that the paint pots were not spilled. The fat controller says the top hat managed had costly. Percy, he shouted, look at this. Yes, sir, sir, a muffled voice replied. My best trousers too. Yes, sir, please, sir, said Percy nervously. Maybe cross, said the fat controller. We must pay the passengers for the spoiled clothes, and it's a good thing you didn't ruin your sister's trunk. My hat is dented, and my trousers are ruined, all because you'll come in to the station as if you were playing grandmother's steps with the coaches. The driver unwound the trousers. Percy wanted a scarf, but the fat controller just waved them away. You should leave my trousers for scarf. I will keep him warm. Percy wore them back to the yard. He doesn't like scarves now, no. Just learned one little small lesson. Suddenly, Percy noticed that there was something very special in one very small case of the trains. Inside, he'd not only found the pots of paint, but again Atari ST game. It was most unfortunate that the train did not know that he did have something very special, or if you prefer, something very strange. She asked her permission if she could have the case. She said of course you can, but she needed the paint pots out of there. He gave them to her and she had a spare suitcase to put them in, and Percy left. But he also learned one other small lesson of not bumping into the train. She had caused one small accident, and she was ever cross. Percy had just arrived at Farkas Station was Thomas's favourite place. Smart and stopped. Ah, it's just the perfect place. Then suddenly he noticed some hair. He went to take a look. Where would that occur? Percy, shaking to death. He hardly dared to get in, but he just had to. As he went through, he came into a dark place. Clouds were falling, making everything look dark. Percy turned on his light. He looked around. Everything seemed quiet, and all he could see was his ignorant friend, Percy, master of all these ignorance. Whenever he saw him, he would say hello to him, and Percy would say hello back to him. Then suddenly, Percy heard a voice, a strange voice. Hello? Hello? What was that? Thought Percy. He looked around again. There was no one he could see. All he could see was bushes and trees. It seemed the voice was coming straight ahead. Percy was feeling a bit shaky and a bit shy. He doesn't want to say something a bit scary, but he had just made the right decision to be feeling a bit brave. No one would ever call someone being a small engine, so Percy crept slowly forwards, just chuffing a bit quietly, quietly, and a bit sneakily, sneakily. He came to a cave. It doesn't seem to be light. It seems to be dark. No daylight shone. It all seemed a bit strange because there was no light switch to turn on some light, but there was no switch. Percy thought this was looking a bit odd and a bit strange. He still crept slowly forwards, creeping along the forest lane, ever quietly and ever sneakily, ever quietly. He snuck. He'll turn closer to the daylight, and suddenly